If you're a fan of the big screen, you need to talk to the hunk with the bucket of popcorn, Van Connor. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Grundon. That is the nicest description I've ever been given in my life. Do you know what? That's absolutely going on my my Twitter
LinkedIn.
bio.
Pop it in your LinkedIn. That'd be good.
LinkedIn. Hunk with a bucket of popcorn.
Hunk with a bucket. It's like the window cleaner again, isn't it? It's marvellous.
Sounds like a euphemism.
Hunk with a bucket. So we got a couple. First of all, sounds like a government summit, G20. What's that all about?
So it is actually about the G20. So this is on Prime Video now. There's a new movie from Patricia Riggin, who is a sort of a jobbing TV director, has directed on things like Dope Sick and, Jack Ryan, like really prestige streaming shows. But on the film front is really only known for the drippy sewage pipe that was The 33, the awful Antonio Banderas movie about the Chilean miners, which, if you've never seen it, keep it that way.
What do you call the drippy sewage pipe, you call it?
Drippy sewage pipe.
Oh, you are charming with words, aren't you?
It was drippy and it was sewage, okay?
Gorgeous stuff.
But you know me, I'm all about the visuals.
Totally.
So, keeping with that theme, imagine, if you will, Die Hard at the G20 summit and your John McClane is Kamala Harris. That's G20, and it is the new movie, as I say, from the director of the 33. It is very much in the spirit of something like White House Down or Olympus Has Fallen. You've got Homelander, Anthony Starr from The Boys, using his natural Kiwi accent as the Hans Gruber of this outfit, and it is all about this elaborate scam to deflate the world's economy by taking all the world's leaders hostage and deep-faking them. Using AI to deepfake them to tank the economy and drive up the value of crypto.
Do you know, it sounds like the truth at the moment, doesn't it, really? But,
it doesn't sound that far-fetched.
No.
But you know what? It is what it is. I've got a clip for you. This is our would-be John McClane / Kamala Harris facing off with Hans Gruber / Homelander. Have a listen.
Why would a mercenary take on the G20?
What? Wait. You call me a mercenary? Lady, you fought a war over gasoline.
I served my country just as I serve it now.
Yeah, blindly. You serve it blindly. You were used by them then, and they're using you now.
So you feel used? That's why you terrorize the world and crash markets? This isn't about crypto. You want to crash currencies to get rich? It seems like something personal. What are you after?
I'm after you.
Oh, my goodness, that sounds very sinister, doesn't it?
It's quite a ride. I'll be honest, I watched this on Monday morning, like first thing on Monday morning, because it was a streaming film. I wasn't expecting very much of this. And we sat and watched it on Monday morning, first thing, after John Oliver, obviously. And we were blown away. Like this, if you didn't know this was a streaming film, this really feels on par with Olympus Has Fallen and White House Down. This feels like the third part of that weird would-be Matalan box set, as I like to call it. The Matalan box set of tangentially related films that they stick together.
I've not got it, but it sounds great. I'd give that one away.
I would definitely give this a watch. Viola Davis as the president is just a great lead. Anthony Starr as the villain is just scenery-chewing joy. Ramon Rodriguez is in there as well. You've got a bit of a Blackish reunion in the form of the first gentleman and the president's daughter, because they are Anthony Anderson and Marcy Martin, respectively, from Blackish. They were father and daughter in Blackish as well. And someone I actually thought was kind of enjoyable in this was Douglas Hodge, who plays our prime minister, who's a bit of a spineless coward and a bit of a comic relief type. So,
Douglas Hodge, that's a good name.
It is a good name. I'll be honest, he's kind of playing this as, what if Keir Starmer was one of the hostages in Die Hard? And it's kind of pitch perfect, if I'm honest.
That sounds, good stuff. That sounds to me like it's made an otherwise boring summit sound absolutely gripping.
Very much. We had another film recently that was at the G20. There was like a weird, offbeat indie dramedy type, art house type, that was just not a patch on this. This is absolutely baller. I mean, car chases with the presidential limo and rocket launchers. You've got my money, son. That is right up my alley. Also, elaborate scams to inflate crypto. That's very much ticking my box for the kind of stupid thing I want to see movie heroes take down.
So buckets of popcorn out of 10. What do you make of it?
Oh, 8. I had a great time with this.
Wow, that's all right. So G20's one to recommend. The other one you've got for us today is called Sinners. I feel like I should be apologising before I even start.
Well, I mean, you asked me for a film, and I said Sinners, and you didn't realise that was the title of a film, and thought I was referring
just
to
me and
ourselves.
you.
Yeah, I thought I was. You thought it was like a term for us, like bros, but
Brethren, sinners.
New movie from Ryan Coogler, who brought us Creed, Black Panther, Fruitvale Station, things like that. Reunites him with his frequent collaborator and star Michael B. Jordan, who plays two roles here. He plays twin brothers in 1932 Mississippi. Smoke and Stack. And they have just returned from Chicago, having ripped off the bootlegging mob up there. You know, it's Prohibition era. They've come back to Mississippi and they want to open a juke joint, you know, a little speakeasy in a barn in the middle of nowhere type thing for all their friends and you know, friends and community who are largely African-American or are passing and are actually African-American, as is the case with Haley Steinfeld. No sooner have they begun the launch night for this juke joint than vampires show up.
Of course they do.
Basically, well, and we're left with a quest to survive, wait for it, from dusk till dawn. Have a listen. This is one of the vampires trying to enter the premises, but of course, he's a vampire. He can't unless he's invited.
What y'all doing? Just step aside and let me on in now.
Why you need him to do that? You big and strong enough to push past us?
Well, that wouldn't be too polite now, would it, Miss Annie? I don't know why I'm talking to you anyway. Smoke.
Don't talk to him. You talking to me right now. Why you can't just walk your big ass up in here without an invite, huh? Go ahead. Admit to it.
Admit to what?
That you dead.
So you listening to this?
You big and strong, Van Connor?
Absolutely love it. To be honest with you, you know when you tell me a film is called Sinners, I'm expecting filth, and this did not disappoint.
So it's a bit of it. So would you say it's an adulty one then? Would you?
Very much.
Very much so.
Very
okay.
bloody. Very bloody,
is
very
it?
sweary, very gory, but also very, very good. Like, this is top tier tentpole making. This is Ryan Coogler firing on all cylinders, basically saying, look, I want to do From Dusk Till Dawn, but my version's got a letterboxd account and a degree in African American studies. And
so this is put the kids to bedtime and watch this with a bottle of wine.
Yeah, you're going to have some very warped kids if you ever show them this. I mean, you've got Michael B. Jordan owning this in two roles. And Michael B. Jordan has, understandably enough, quite an avid fan base. This time, there's two of him, as the Doctor once said. Also in there, you've got Wunmi Musaku from Deadpool and Wolverine from Lovecraft County. She's the TVA agent in the Marvel Universe, basically. She gets a great role here. She's arguably got the lead female part. Haley Steinfeld in there as well. And Delroy Lindo. I bloody love me some Delroy Lindo. And he is owning this movie. But my big surprise here was actually Jack O'Connell, an actor I cannot stand. I think he is borderline talentless and only has one role.
He loves you too,
character.
if that's any consolation. He loves you too.
I'm sure he does, but I think so little of him that I wouldn't care. I will say he is playing that one character here, though. So he is actually very, very good. So it's kind of playing to the material. This is, like I say, one that you'd see it if you are a fan of From Dusk Till Dawn. Definitely. Because this is kind of From Dusk Till Dawn, but it's eligible for awards.
And if that tickles your pickle, what would you give that buckets of popcorn out of 10 for Sinners?
It's a hard 9. You don't know how good this thing is. It's
an 8
really,
and a 9.
Really good. An 8 and a 9. I don't bring the weak game.
You don't bring the dross, do you? That's amazing. Van Connor, thank you so much. Before you go, do you ever watch a film and not think of it like a film critic? Do you ever sit there like I would do and sort of undo the top button of your jeans and eat another pie and a beer, you know, and just chill? Would you ever watch a film like that?
I'm firmly anti-carbs. I never a pie and a beer, but definitely a can of hard seltzer and some peanuts. I will say I do sit and watch Showgirls quite often and just switch off the film critic brain.
Oh, I'm so glad you can do that. I would hate the idea that you couldn't enjoy films in the way that we do, you know, mindlessly, to be honest. But thank you so much as always, Van Connor.
It is my absolute pleasure, Mr. Grundon. Until the next time.
Until the next time. Bis später, as they say in Germany. It's wonderful. Thank you very much. Van Connor there. G20 and Sinners for you.